Hi, Dr. Gary here. Good afternoon, or should I say good evening. We sell dental practices nationwide. We are dental practice brokers. Today's topic is, how do you handle a seller who is barely responsive and moves extremely slow in the sale of their dental practice? So we'll get into that. As you know, we are now 28. We're in 28 states. We have 10 employees, including 2 CPA accountants, and we're available to you 363 days a year. We take off Christmas and Easter, and the phones are being answered now from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. East Coast time. So definitely call us. We'll get into what's going on with everything. We'll be happy to talk to you, give you advice. And also, if you want your dental practice appraised, we could do that too. Our phone number is 201-663-0935. Our website is nationwidedentalpracticebrokers.com or dentalpracticeguide.com. So feel free to call us. All the information you're about to hear is for entertainment purposes only. It's not legal or business advice. Okay? So, also, if you want to sell to one of the DSOs, the marketplace is changing, and we stay on top of this changing marketplace constantly. Some of the dental are not as strong as they used to be. Some of the DSOs are not as strong. Some are consolidating. Some aren't buying. So we can keep on the cutting edge. When we bring you to a DSO, we're independent. We're not, we're not employed by them. We're totally independent. I was a dentist for 25 years, and as I say, we're doing this for 16 years now. 13 years now. So, I will often get I'll often get the commission paid by the DSO, depending on criteria. And sometimes when you work with us, I can also get your legal fees reimbursed, depending on criteria. So call us on this. So anyway, we have a situation now. The seller, who I personally knew, says he wants to sell. They reached out to me and said, I want to sell my practice. So you would assume that they're serious about selling. But the movement of the seller has been so slow. It's like tiny baby steps going forward. Hard to get a response on the phone. Hard to have a meeting. Hard to get email responses. The responses do come, but they come very slowly and far and few between. So what do you do in a situation like this? Do you simply just walk away? Well, you as the buyer probably want the practice. That's why you're pursuing it. I can only say after 13 years, every deal is different. Every buyer is different. Every seller is different. Every transaction is different. So it's a tough one. Generally, what I do with the seller, if I think there's some light in the end of the tunnel, I will keep pursuing them. I am very persistent. I'll keep calling and working with them. Certainly, you'll keep an eye towards another practice if something comes along, but most buyers are looking at other practices. But when a buyer has their heart set on a practice, I know what they're going through. It's like, give me a break. All I want to do is buy your practice. Can you please respond? Can you please answer emails? Can you please answer your text? Give me something. It is difficult, but you have to work each one, and each seller may be going through something. There's a saying that everyone is on a longer road than you may expect. In other words, they may have certain problems and issues they're going through, certain family problems that you don't know about. So they're on a longer road. So this seller does correspond, but slowly. If you put 10 texts out, maybe you'll get 1 text back. If you put 5 or 6 or 7 phone calls out, maybe you will get a phone call back right away. That's just the way it is. Everybody is different, and everybody functions on a different time, the time clock and how fast they want to move or not move. So something you have to get accustomed to. We as the brokers will continue to communicate with this seller, continue to put the word out, and sometimes you have to be extremely patient. You don't know what's going on with this seller. Now, one of the things we don't do is we don't bring them, keep a buyer in the dark because there's another buyer up front. We will tell them outright. There's a buyer in front of you, but as always, there's a 30% chance the deal could fall apart. So we let them know. But if there's something that the seller's not telling us, does he have a buyer or something that he spoke to before he met us? But usually we have them put them down as an exclusion. Or was there another buyer before we took on the dental practice sale? We don't know. If they didn't put it down on their exclusion, but still. So when people don't know what to do, sometimes they do nothing. When they're not sure, they do nothing. This has the indication that the buyer is not 100% sure what they want to do. But that's okay too. You've got to keep at it. And maybe things in their life will change a little bit. But it's persistence is what I'm trying to tell you, buyers. Stay on top of it. Do not give up. Keep your eye open towards another practice at the same time. But this may very well come around. It may very well sell. And you may be the buyer on it. So don't give up on it because you're not getting the instantaneous response you're expecting. Just hang in, and we as the broker will keep working on your behalf to put something together. Okay? That's the way it is. So stay tuned. We get a lot of new practices for sale. Many new things are happening in the DSO world. They're changing. So listen to us, listen to the YouTubes. We have 300 YouTubes now. It's kind of a milestone. I don't think anybody in the country has anything remotely close to that. So we're excited about that. Over 6,000 views, over 300 uploads. So that means we have 300 YouTube videos for you to check out. Check it out. We have the information out there. We try to give you cutting edge info. Thank you for listening. Bye now.